Hey everybody, we are on our way out to Prettyboy Reservoir. We're going to take the kayak out for a little bit this afternoon. We're finally getting a nice day. So I live on the other side of the reservoir from the boat launch, so we got to cross over that Beckleysville bridge there. I don't think we're going to be seeing that bridge again today. A lot of times I paddle out and we go underneath that bridge and head upstream, but it seems a little choppy out on the main body of water today, so I think we're probably going to wind up sticking closer to the boat launch and maybe poke around in some of those coves back there. Whatever, doesn't really matter to me. I just want to get out on the water. So sit tight and I will see you around the corner here at the boat launch. Alright everybody, here we are. We're on the water already. There was a bunch of people right at the boat launch. As you can imagine, on an evening like this, everybody's piling in, so I waited till we got out on the water a little bit. So we're going to head on up into some of these back coves. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the water's a little choppy, and this is all the way back here. I really just don't feel like getting out there and fighting with the wind in my face and all that. I don't think it's choppy in the sense that it's, you know, rough water or anything like that. I'm just out here for a leisurely paddle. I don't feel like paddling into headwinds or anything, so we're just going to make our way back into these little nooks and crannies back here and see what's going on. I've already seen a couple of other kayakers head on up this way, so they probably had the same idea as I did. Once we get into this little area on the other side of the bridge, there's actually another small bridge up that way, and on the other side of that there's a little stream that feeds into it, which is what this whole entire cove is based on. So let's head on back that way and see what we can see. You can see by the trees how breezy it is out here this afternoon. Of course, we got the wind at our back right now, so it's kind of pushing us along. I'm barely paddling. I'm doing this more to steer than anything. So the trip back out of here should be fun. I don't know if you can see them or not. Those are all barn swallow nests. Alright, now before we go under that bridge, we're going to run up into this corner up here. I came out a little while ago and I was looking for some marginal plants, and I know that at least by late summer anyway, there's a giant lily pads back here, like huge plants. I've looked at them before. I thought about trying to dig them up to get them, you know, for the tank or something, and they're just enormous. The water is maybe 4 or 5 feet deep. So it's late enough in the year. We are in the middle of June. It might have some pads out by now. We'll have to wait till we get over there and find out. But there's always I don't know if they're cattails. I think they're cattails. They might be some sort of iris, but I believe they're cattails. So we'll find out here again in just a minute when we get up to it. So this whole area has a sandy, sort of muddy bottom, and by late summer this is probably all going to be exposed, and where we're sitting in the kayak right here, where it's maybe 3 feet deep, this is going to be sort of muddy, and you're going to see water lilies coming up everywhere through here, I'm sure. And again, I'm not sure if these right here are reeds or grasses or what they are, but they're definitely marginal, and they could definitely come up in my tank, whatever they are. See, I can pull some of these up. They almost have the same consistencies as daylilies. And then see, some of these plants are the other plants I was thinking. I have no idea what these are, but let's see if I can get that without leaning over too far. You gotta be careful when you're leaning over in a kayak. I've seen these in 10 feet of water that go all the way up to the surface, and then once they get to the surface, like, that's what lays on the surface, just this one or two little leaves like that. So I'm not sure what they are. And then again, these really tall grasses, I'm not sure what they are. They look a little bit like iris, but they're way too soft to be iris. As I said, it felt more like a daylily than an iris. I'm hitting all kind of chunks of wood back here. Let's see if I can uproot one of these. Nope. That's what the root consists of, and you can see they send off runners and then send another one up. Look, here's another one. So I'm not sure what this is. It's really soft. I don't know. But stuff like that is what I was thinking about when I came back here before. So, alright, let's head back this way. There's a little stream back here that feeds into this, if I haven't mentioned that already. And I can generally get back there a little distance when the water's up like this. So this water is as up as it gets. The reservoir is completely full right now. Ooh, I hit that after all. So let's see what we can see back here. This is one of those areas that the carp always come back in. If I'd thought about it, I would have brought my selfie stick. I could have put my other camera on it. Look, there's a turtle right in front of us. I see them a lot. You'll see them sitting out on logs. I guess maybe if I'm a little quieter as we move through here, we might see something else. That might be a turtle sitting on this. No, I don't think so. It smells absolutely amazing back here. You can see all the mountain laurel is in bloom. I'm guessing that's mountain laurel. It looks like it. Alright, so if I can get underneath of this fallen tree here, then we should be able to go a fair distance up this little feeder stream. And by fair distance, I mean, you know, a few hundred feet or something like that. We're not going to be able to go far. It's not like we're going upstream. See, there's some more plant that I like back here. And I can already hear a bullfrog back there. First thing I need to do is get the spider webs out of the way for myself. Now we need to move forward again. I need to do that. I didn't think all these bushes were going to be hanging down like this. We would be able to go a little further up there if it wasn't for these bushes like this. That's a shame. I'd swear I've been able to get further back up here. Maybe when the water's lower, I can actually go under these bushes or something, but this looks like it's going to be the end of the line for us, so we got to head on back. I'd swear I've been further up this little stream before. I had kind of high hopes. I thought we'd be able to go way up there. Alright, we made it. I've never been up this side. This should just sort of dead end right here. I don't even think this is a feeder stream on this side. I think this is just a little sort of notch in the land where the water goes back a little bit, but I don't think we can go anywhere. That might actually be a little bit of a feeder stream, but again, I don't think we're going to be able to get back into it. Well, we can get up. Nope, we just bottomed out. Well, it was fun trying. I've never been back this far before on this side. It's definitely one of the benefits of a paddle-powered boat. Can't do stuff like that with a motor hanging off the back. So, alright everybody, that ends our adventure up in this little cove. So we're going to go back out, go underneath this little bridge, and then up and that way into the other little cove and see what's going on back there. There's usually something, turtles, blue heron, we'll see something as we make our way back there. Alright, well, I just saw a couple of guys come out of this cove on a boat, so chances of us seeing any good wildlife back here is probably slim to nil. Oh no, I see a beaver. Oh, he just went underwater. Alright, let's see if he's got a lodge around here somewhere. Right out in front of me here, I just saw a beaver swimming this way and then went over and under. Now I can see a turtle, so there is some wildlife back here. Right, nope, he just went underwater. There's a little trail down to the water right there. I wonder if the beavers have been using that. I don't see any signs of a lodge, so they're not back here building anything. There's some more of that cherry laurel. That smells so amazing. The wind is really just pushing us back in this corner. I'm barely doing anything but using my paddles to steer, so it's going to be fun paddling back out of here straight into the wind. Well, I wish this GoPro did better with distances because I saw a little turtle and a beaver. Neither are shocking animals to see back here, but it's always neat seeing any kind of wildlife. And I just wish it came out better on this camera. My good camera that I can actually pan and get really, zoom in and I can really get good close-up stuff is, you're not even supposed to use it in high humidity, so there's just no way I ever take the chance on bringing that camera out here on the kayak with me or ever. I seldom even take it fishing or anything else. So this is kind of the end of the line back here. This is another one of those little coves that you'll see the carp coming back in to spawn. Occasionally I'll come back here. If I've been on the water for a while, my legs are getting stiff, I can always park the kayak back here and walk around a little bit. But I actually want to have a look at this since we're back here. This is some of that same floating stuff we looked at a little while ago that's got like the leaves that come up to the surface and then just one or two leaves just float right on the surface and that's it. It's not a particularly attractive plant, to tell you the truth. It's just interesting. See if we can grab a chunk of it. This stuff generally does not uproot when you pull on it. It just tears. Let's see if I can do this gently. Nope, it just snaps and comes off in my hand. So to get this stuff uprooted, and I've done it before, years ago, I've put this stuff in my tank. It never lasted long, but I tried. You gotta like get down in the sand with your fingers and scoop up some roots and everything to really get it out of there. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that. By the middle of summer, that stuff will be just prolific. It'll be everywhere. I'll be paddling through it. Well, apparently we're just going to sit in it because I can't get moving forward again. So, alright, I am going to work my way back towards the boat launch. We're not going to leave just yet. I think we're going to go out and around, and then we're just going to go down the opposite shore and kind of stay out of the wind. And then when we are ready to go, we can just shoot straight across the water right over to the boat launch and call it good. So as long as the wind's not howling in my face, I don't mind paddling along at a leisurely pace. Into that root. I'm gonna go back and look at that. When I first saw it, I thought somebody had just placed a rock there, but as I passed, I definitely got the impression that that rock is definitely in that tree. And that tree's dead and hollow for the most part, so we'll see how long that one lasts. Alright, I think we are gonna skate around this little point and go up into this next cove. This next cove is where there was a big hornet's nest last year, and it is gone now. Just completely gone. I went past it not long ago and it just wasn't there anymore. So we're gonna go over into that little cove just to stay out of the wind for a few more minutes, and that way when we go back to the boat launch we can just go straight across the water. And that way we'll kind of have the wind sort of at our backs a little bit. Alright, this is the cove that had the hornet's nest in it. definitely have a wind at our backs here. So the hornet's nest used to be hanging in one of those trees down there, but I don't think I want to go that far down, honestly, because the wind is pushing us this way, and moving back out of here is going to be straight back into it. So I think we're just going to call this good here and let the wind finish turning us around. Here's some more grass that's interesting while I'm here. I believe this is the same kind of grass that I have over my garden tank right now. I have clumps of this stuff growing in my yard. It's really pretty. I'm pretty sure this is the same grass I've got. I don't know, maybe not. It doesn't feel the same. I don't know. But that's real similar to the grass that I've got. Alright. So I think once we get out into the main channel, we're going to go kind of obliquely with the wind, so it shouldn't be too bad. And I swear the breeze is picking up the whole time we're out here. Alright, now that we're through all that rough and windy part, we're just kind of riding along with the waves here. I barely have to do anything other than put the paddle in the water occasionally to keep the kayak facing the right direction. So we're just going to drift on out of here and call it good. I was thinking about heading back that way for a little while, but there's some guys back there fishing. I don't want to bother them, so we're going to go ahead and just wrap it up and call it an evening. So thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and make sure you're subscribed. That way you won't miss anything else. You never know what it's going to be with me. I think I'm probably going to start doing some more of these kinds of videos, longer winded videos, and sort of non-fish related stuff that's going to go onto my Patreon page. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and check out my Patreon. But otherwise, I'll continue to post my occasional outdoors video and hiking video and kayak video, so on and so forth. So as I said, make sure you're subscribed. That way you won't miss any of them or anything else I got coming up. So thanks again. See you real soon on the next one.